Hey folks, Forrest Elder, Elder Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cedar Creek. This is our tips of the trade, buying mistakes to avoid. 10-part series. We are on part number 6. If you did miss the first 5, obviously go back on our Facebook page. They're all going to be posted on there. You can check them out. Do a little search up top, check them all out, share them with your friends, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully this helps in your next buying experience. Whether it is here at Elder Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Cedar Creek, we always want to earn your business, but wherever you may purchase your next vehicle, these are for you as a consumer, just to help you have a better, more enjoyable, more knowledgeable experience when you do go in. So, number 6 is going to come essentially at the tail end of the sale after everything's done, price and all that kind of good stuff, and you go back into the dreaded finance office. Dun dun dun. Now, the reason I say it like that is that it's a huge misconception that when you go back there, all they're going to do is just right off the rip try to make you pay way more money for all the stuff you don't have a clue what it is and blah, blah, blah. Well, what I can tell you is that there are a lot of products they offer in the finance office. So finance and insurance, okay? And they're essentially, and the non-common sense of insurance, I guess you could say, because they're there to ensure that your vehicle is protected against outlying factors from everyday driving habits, the environment in general, and just pure bad luck. So some of the stuff that's offered back there that our finance and insurance manager will offer will be tire and wheel protection, exterior protection, dent or ding, protection, interior protection, maintenance, service contracts, gap insurance, windshield protection, that kind of stuff. Now, for us personally, those are what we offer. I'm a firm believer that we don't offer anything that does not bring some sort of value to you as a consumer down the line. Now, whether or not you use it or not, that's just, pure luck. Me personally, I know if I buy a vehicle, I'm getting all that, because the way my luck is, I will need all of it within probably the first week or two of buying a vehicle, just because something's going to happen to it. But essentially, and a lot of times these aren't cheap coverages either, based on what they cover and how they do, and how long you want to have it, how many miles you want to cover, that kind of stuff. So probably the two of the bigger ones, or the two biggest ones, essentially be your service contract, or extended warranty, as some people call it. Basically, here's the reason why we offer service contracts. So your vehicle's factory warranty is there to cover for manufacturer defects and workmanship errors. However, if deemed necessary, the factory does not have to cover something if it is just normal wear and tear on the vehicle, even though it falls within that manufacturer warranty period. If they deem it's not a workmanship error or mechanical defect, then they don't legally have to cover that vehicle. That's a very, very rare case that would happen, but it's one of those full disclosure type deals that if they don't want to and they deem it not necessary, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So what a vehicle service contract does is it protects the consumer from the normal wear and tear on a vehicle in their everyday driving habits, right? So essentially, typical factory warranty is 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper, 5-year, 60 or 100,000 mile powertrain, and a extended service contract can kind of fit. You can get them anywhere from 2-year, 24,000 miles to 7-year, 125,000 miles or something like that. And like I said, basically what it does is it covers everyday wear and tear on a vehicle. You can do anything from a powertrain to a standard carrier to a Premier, just different levels of it. Powertrain and your drive-on transmission. Standard carrier can cover front, rear end suspension type stuff, maybe some air conditioning, a little bit of electrical, stuff like that. You go with Premier, it's essentially just like your bumper to bumper factory warranty, but it's doesn't cover filters, hoses, wearable stuff, tires, stuff you can buy at Walmart, which there's other coverages available to cover that kind of stuff as well. Essentially, in the long run, one fix covered under that service contract will usually pay for the whole service contract itself, because you usually have a $100 deductible. If it's a $3,000 fix, essentially you're netting $2,900 to the good. That'll buy you just about any service contract you want to buy, most of the time. So that's the first one. The second one is your gap insurance. Gap insurance, general asset protection. or general auto protection. So I've heard people say it in the auto industry. But basically, we have devaluating asset we're fixing to purchase, and we're going to finance that. Based on the bank's amortization schedules, you pay a little bit more interest heavy on the front, principal heavy on the back, which in turn means you're going to devalue that vehicle faster than you pay for it in the beginning of your term. Now, you don't always need it. If you have equity, money down, that kind of stuff, you're financing less than 70% of what the vehicle is technically worth, you'll probably always be in an equity position, unless you drive 100,000 miles a year or something. But what it does is that in the event of a total loss, whether it be fire, theft, flood, a group of birds came by and somehow 5 birds got in your vehicle and tore it up and pooped everywhere or something, they decided to total it out. In the event of a total loss of your vehicle, your insurance company is going to give you fair market value. Depending on the terms of your loan, fair market value may not be as much as you owe on that vehicle. So there's a gap essentially in what you're going to get paid for it and what's owed on the vehicle. So what gap insurance does is it takes care of that gap between the two. Make sure that you aren't left with a balance on your loan without an asset to back it up. Because at that point in time, the bank can't call that loan due, and you have to figure out how to come up with, no telling what the number could be. It could be $2,000, $3,000, could be $8,000 or $10,000. Buying tip number 6, basically listen to what the finance and insurance manager has to offer back there. Decide what of those products, if any, work best for you, and understand he's not just trying to make you pay more for a bunch of stuff you don't need. He's genuinely trying to make sure that you and your vehicle are covered for the duration of your loan, to make sure that you don't have any unexpected expenses come up, because you are essentially adding expense to your portfolio that you haven't had before. Maybe you're adding more of an expense, whatever the case may be. So anytime, it's a lot easier to budget for an extra $20, $30, $40 a month than it is to budget for $2,000 or $3,000 fix off the rip. That's kind of why I say it's a good thing to at least consider those products.